Good morning. Buenos dias. This is Julio with his daily chats. More than one these days because we're basically on lockdown. Today, I just want to talk about a few things, but I want to start out today with this whole issue of, all these corporations that are asking for bailouts, and it seems that in a capitalist country, the one we're living in, it's all about money. So this whole issue from the beginning of this coronavirus, where we had a test that was issued by the World Health Organization, but our president decided not to use that test because obviously he wanted the United States to make their own test, which I'm sure had to do with some of his own cronies to possibly make the profits of making this test. And that was a fiasco because they didn't do it in time. When they did it, had faltered, so they had to reboot and start again. And that, therefore, Americans have not been tested as much as they should, and that's why every day you start seeing the numbers continue to creep up because of the fact that people have not been tested. And that was the problem they did in Italy, and look at the numbers in Italy. It's frightening. And that's what's going to happen here if we don't hurry up and start testing all types of people, because we're learning so much about this virus that it's not just people who have the symptoms, but people who don't have the symptoms, who could be carrying, who can kill somebody, who's basically have a small or weak immune system. So it's all about making profits, and then you start like having Senators Richard Burr and you have Senator Kelly Loeffler, who were in the Intelligence Committee and knew about this situation, and they unloaded their stocks to make millions of dollars because when the stock market went down, they had already sold their stocks. But they were able to get this privileged information. A lot of people, maybe other small investors, couldn't get that information. But it only doesn't stop there. It continues. So you have companies like the airlines who made record profits because every time you took a plane, you noticed that you were paying extra for your extra luggage. Now you're paying extra just to take your luggage. They were giving less services on the planes, and you were paying for that. So we're making incredible profits in the last 2 or 3 years of airlines business. But the same airline business is now crying poverty and basically asking for billion-dollar bailouts, while they're still negotiating what bailouts they're going to give to the working poor in this country, to the working class in this country, and to the middle class in this country, who right now is suffering from the fact that they cannot be outside working, they cannot do their regular jobs, and staying at home is not being productive for a lot of people. In our case, for example, our interpreting services done, dead. Our guest house services done, dead. Nobody's traveling. Latino sports done, dead. There's nothing happening with baseball and esports. So we're back down to zero, So like me, there's a lot of people who are not rich, who are just basically surviving, and who has small businesses, and they're hurting. Small businesses are hurting, but no one is talking for that sector. So everybody's making money at the top level, like usual. Those who got the benefits continue to make the benefits for themselves, while the poor people continue to not have any benefits. That's why I will continue to fight hard as a candidate running for Congress in CD15 and stop this BS. This has to stop. And that's why I'm calling this a revolution, because it has to be this way. It can't be the doldrum way. And that's why I continue to fight every day, and every day I will continue to put stuff out on video and put it out on paper and show that this has to stop. El abuso con el pueblo has to stop, especially also with Puerto Rico. This revolution is being televised.